contract killer Shuji Kamimura, Jo Shishido, and his partner Shun Shiozaki, Jerry Fujio, are hired by Yakuza boss Senzaki to eliminate a former partner, boss Shimasu, who has embezzled from an international co-op between both men. Kamimura successfully assassinates boss Shimasu at his home while meeting with Senzaki. Kamimura and Shun attempt to leave the country by plane, but are waylaid and kidnapped by Shimazu's men. The duo escapes by stopping their car with specially designed second brake behind the driver's seat that Shun had installed earlier, which kills Shimazu's men. Senzaki's Lieutenant Nozaki orders them to hide out at a truck stop, the Hotel Nagisakan, to wait for further instructions. Later that night, more gunmen under Shimazu's lieutenant, following information from fellow Yakuza boss Sugawa, arrive to kill them, but do not find the duo as they have escaped by bribing one of the patrons to take them to another motel. The next day, the chief of Shimazu's men attempts to kill the duo by intercepting them and ordering their ferry. That was supposed to be their getaway vehicle to depart early. This fails when Kamimura and Shun show up in the truck they rode in from the previous night and run over the hitman. But the ferry has already left. Returning to the Nagisakan, Kamimura drugs Shun with a sleeping pill while Mina, the motel's waitress, directs him to a freighter captain willing to smuggle the three out of the country. However, Sugawa manages to broker a peace deal between Senzaki and Shimazu's son, who has succeeded his father as boss. The two settle their differences and decide to have Kamimura eliminated. Shun is later kidnapped at the Nagisakan, and when Mina arrives to pick him up and her belongings, is told by Senzaki by phone to have Kamimura meet with one of his henchmen. Later, Mina returns to Kamimura and tries to leave without Shun, but one of Senzaki's men arrives. Kamimura then negotiates to have Shun released in exchange for himself in 3 hours' time. The exchange goes as planned, and the ship leaves without Kamimura, who arranges to meet with Senzaki and Shimazu at a landfill the next morning for his execution. Kamimura then spends the rest of the day planning on how to fight off the gunmen, spying on them, testing various weapons on a special car with bulletproof windows, which Senzaki, Shimazu, and Sugawa plan to use to safely watch Kamimura's execution. Kamimura then builds a bomb from several dynamite sticks with stopwatch as a timer. He also digs a ditch in the landfill where he plans to hide it. Shortly after finishing the ditch, he is beset by hitmen and fends them off. The car carrying Senzaki, Shimazu, and Sugawa then moves to run him over with a gunman in the front trying to shoot Kamimura. Kamimura is hit several times, but when the car is almost upon him, he dives into the ditch and plants the bomb under the car, which explodes, killing all its occupants. An injured Kamimura then briefly surveys the carnage before limping away as the film ends.